Hello there, and welcome to the Juhadre podcast in association with Rated R Esports.
Where who the hell knows where this conversation is going to take us?
Well, let's find out.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Juhadre. I'm Alvatross 17.
I'm Juhadre.
And this is Season 2, Episode 9. We are finally back in Utah. Anaheim, we miss you. I wish I could have taken out a pocket full of sunshine.
You're welcome. That was a fun little joke.
Yes, the last time Juhadre and I were out there, we joked, and he grabbed some sunshine and shoved it in my pocket.
Well, I didn't shove it in your pocket. You opened it to me, and I dropped it in.
You stuffed it.
Whatever. Anyway, so real quick, I don't believe we have many announcements.
Okay.
The League of Legends team is on a hiatus because it's the off season. We're going to be doing some tryouts though. So if you are Diamond 3 Plus and are interested in playing League of Legends for Rated R Esports, hit me up at Juhadre on Twitter or Juhadre hashtag 8519. That's 8519 on Discord.
Yes.
I don't know of anything else.
I, at the moment, don't have anything.
It's good to be back home in Utah, though.
Yes and no. I really miss the weather out there.
It was quite pleasant. I think it was a little warm for my own tastes, but it cooled down in the evenings and felt nice.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people don't like California, though, the way that everything runs, the environment, just the traffic. I don't mind it so much out there.
No?
Doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't live there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want to live there, but visiting, it really does not bother me.
No, I'll visit quite often. I think it's a very pleasant place to visit.
Yes, and DreamHack was amazing. I'm hoping to get to the Atlanta DreamHack in November.
November, you're right.
I want to say it's just before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be fun.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm actually, yeah.
Indeed.
Every time that's when you told that story and said that was the troll word, I knew it would be a problem because it's a word I already used.
It's just funny. That's just totally what we picked on him. Indeed. Yeah.
It's too funny.
It's funny. We should invite Liquid as a special guest on here one day.
I would love that.
And not even tell him about Indeed. I'll just look at him. Indeed. He's going to go.
Did make him crack?
Oh, I hope he cracks. I hope he remembers because...
Speaking of, there are a couple of stories I think we can tell today.
Yes.
But before we do that, just talking about hearing or seeing a word and cracking.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else saw Proden added us on Twitter with a single word tweet.
Oh, balls.
Even Bleen in the background is snickering.
Yeah. Okay, but now you got to tell the story.
Okay, so here's the story. We were playing Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you. I'm going to look at the camera.
Tell the listeners.
So we were playing Cards Against Humanity.
Tell the listener.
Yikes. So we were playing Cards Against Humanity, and I got a card. I kind of giggled, and I said, I am pretty sure that if you showed this card to any dude at any time doing anything, he will at least giggle. And everyone around the table was like, well, what is it? What is it? I'm not going to tell you, then you'll know it's my card. So... a couple rounds later, I play the card. They're going through it, and they say, this, that, balls. And everybody started laughing, and they knew that was my card. And so I decided to further test my theory. I went to work, and I said, now, hold on. Do you mind if I sexually harass you? And they're like, what? So I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to tell me if I want you to just act naturally. I said, okay, and I flip over a sticky note that said the word balls. And yes, you said it.
He said
and
balls.
Mid 90% of people will just start snickering at the very least.
Yeah, there was that one waiter that just wasn't in the mindset.
Yeah.
He was focused on work, and I don't think he's having a good day.
Probably not.
You've gotten quite a few people on that.
And so
it's hilarious.
On our way from the B&B to the convention... I told that story to Proden, and we're calling her Shauna, right? Because that's how she wants to be known.
Yes, she did ask that she wants Shauna
because
she is in the professional work. She wants that.
Exactly. So we told them that story, and that's what Proden's tweet was a single word
You know what's
begins
funny
to laugh.
is I love how she tried hiding that she was giggling.
Oh, it was
but you
so
can
funny.
see balls.
Yeah, she had this big old smile, and I think that counts. The big old smile
No, you know
counts.
what? If you can get a smile out of somebody that's trying to
Mhm.
hide it, you know what? It counts because they thought of it.
It's
Yeah.
every time.
Yes.
And so I expect a similar reaction when we have Liquid on, and you look at him and just, indeed. I expect a very
I don't know if
similar
he'll get
thing.
it at first. It's been years,
Mhm.
and he's gone through some crap.
That is true.
But
that is true.
if I bring up the story, I know he'll remember it. It was hilarious.
So then a couple of other stories here. Because we're back home, I think we talked a lot interview style on the episode while we were in California. So I think some reminiscent stories about while we were there would still be appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
So you weren't here for this. I was walking around with Proden, and we were trying to talk to all the booths about.
Oh, this was at
sponsorships.
DreamHack when I was walking around
Sorry,
Shauna.
this was at DreamHack,
Yes.
and we were walking around the booths, and we were walking past the Monster Energy tent, or area,
Yeah, their showcase,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
and as we were walking by, you previously had taken advantage of that because they were giving away free Monster.
Yeah.
As had Proden, as had Bleen. My wife even got one.
Mhm.
But when we were walking by, he called out and said, "Hey, come get your free Monster, guys! Your gamer fuel!" And I was like, "Thank you, but no, I am allergic to caffeine."
It is amazing how your body reacts to caffeine.
And before we get into that story, you don't know the ending of this one. Instead of being, "Oh, that is a severe bummer. I hope you find what you're looking for," or maybe next time, or something pleasant.
Yeah.
The guy yells back at me, "Well, I'm allergic to people who are allergic to caffeine." And I'm like, why?
It's
Why?
a weird reaction.
Why would you say that? You now have dampened my opinion of Monster as a company.
Well, that's a weird thing to say because it's different to say you're allergic to something in a joking way, but not if you're. That's kind of.
I don't know
That's
if
kind of a low blow.
it
in a
kind of
way.
was.
Even though he was joking, like genuinely, he was probably just joking.
maybe.
That's a low blow.
But who's to say I wasn't joking because I literally am allergic to caffeine?
Yeah.
And like
Well, a
you said,
certain
it's
type of caffeine because you can have chocolate.
Right. I think it's
It's
I don't know.
the caffeine in soda that affects you.
most of it.
Yes.
And so the story to say how I figured that out, I haven't shared on the podcast yet.
no, you have not.
So here we go. You know this story.
I do know this story.
You know this story. So when I was a teenager, I decided that my parents' ban on caffeine was irrelevant to me anymore. So I was about 16-ish. I was around 16 or 17, and I decided that I didn't care. I was going to drink what I wanted to drink, and so we rented The Ring, that horror movie.
I've never seen that.
I don't recommend it personally because I hate horror movies, but if you're into that kind of thing,
It depends
power
on the horror
to you.
movie.
But anyway, we rented that movie. We got some snacks. It was Twix and Starburst, and we each got a Monster energy drink.
Twix.
I know. It was so good. And so we went down in my buddy's basement. It's pitch black. We're drinking our Monsters. We're having our snacks, and we're freaking out because it's a scary movie. We're all hyped up on sugar and caffeine and stuff. My younger brother can't finish his, so I had a whole and a half of a Monster.
Now, was this the regular size can or the 3-in-1 can?
Not 3-in-1 can.
Okay.
Back then, they didn't have that because we're talking 2006.
I don't remember what they had in 2006. I just remember when they did come out with a 3-in-1 can.
It's about as tall as our microphones without the stands.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
about the
traditional
regular one. Because
size.
the 3-in-1 can's with the stand.
No.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't the
No,
one.
it was a regular Monster size can, so not the typical. How much is in a can of soda anyway? Isn't it like
A
8
small
ounces?
can is about 12 ounces.
Yeah.
And then the Monster, like the green Monster they were giving out at
Yeah.
DreamHack was about 16.
Okay, so it was a 16 ounce roughly.
And don't quote me on that. I'm just guessing. It's a little bit bigger. I would say 16 to 20 ounces.
Okay, so it was that and a half. That's what I had. Now I understand that where I go with this, obviously that's a weird control because it's a very large amount.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
So I get home about midnight, and at 3:50 a.m., I wake up in my bed screaming, like actually screaming. Nothing was scary or anything. I was so full of energy that I freaked out. I'm sweating profusely, like soaked, but freezing cold and screaming and just shaking. My hands are like this. And so I can't lay down.
Yeah.
I walk around the house for an hour, just in the middle of the night, just wandering around.
And your parents didn't come out all pissed yet?
They didn't hear me.
You're yelling.
Oh, that was just a one thing. That was ah!
Okay.
And then it was over.
I so hope my neighbors heard that.
I do too. And that was probably a little loud. But yeah, that happened. And then I went back to my bed after that hour and lay there for another hour just shivering, covered in blankets and sweat, trying to fall back asleep. Then the whole next day, I had a migraine. Like, not really bad headache, migraine. I could barely see. It was affecting my vision. My stomach hurt. My legs were shaky and weak. I was still sweating, and I was still freezing cold. It was, from what I understand, it's what a hangover is from Monster energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So that was scenario number one. I didn't think too much more of it. We're on a band tour in California. We're at Disneyland, and I'm like, you know what? Everyone loves this Coca-Cola stuff. So I get a 20 ounce or, a half a liter or whatever those are of Coke. And I drink that, and very similar thing. I get a little too exuberant, and my head starts hurting. But it was a much lower dose, and so I got over that relatively quickly. And because we were in California doing marching band, I drank a lot of water to flush it out pretty quick.
Yes.
The third one, this is the one that really cemented it second to last one that really cemented it for me. I went to a LAN party, and I had tasted caffeine-free Mountain Dew. I had 10 cans of that at a different party, and it was delicious. I love the flavor. So I decided to go with the regular kind, and I had 2.5 liters.
Oh, the regular Mountain Dew.
Of regular Mountain Dew.
Okay.
2.5, like I had it and drinking it all over. I went from one party to another, back to the original, drinking Mountain Dew the whole time. And I got really jittery and, really focused, and I could play the game really well. But when I woke up, migraine, stomach ache, sweating but cold, and weak legs. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. No. And here is the thing that solidified it for me that I had a problem and could not consume caffeine. I was at another LAN party. This was at Crash's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically only drank the lemonade and water. I avoided all other carbonated drinks. I didn't even risk it with mug root beer, which is caffeine-free.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even risking it. And Crash thought it was a good idea to give me an energy mint. About which he did not warn me. He just said, this is an orange-flavored mint. He gave it to me, and Alvatross, I am not kidding. From the moment it touched my tongue, I was wired. From the moment it touched, I was just losing my mind.
You know what's funny is this all just reminds me of the one time that we discovered that Barq's root beer?
Barq's
root beer has a minute amount of caffeine. And
Yes.
I've never seen you all hyped up on caffeine because you've always stayed away from it. So you didn't want to get in that.
Mm-hmm.
I get this phone call from you about an hour after I left, and you're like, oh, I had a sip. We're like, oh, Juhadre, stop. That's got it. And you only had like a sip or two in your root beer float.
Yeah.
And I get this call from your wife, Landell, and here, you do it. And I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Stop! Repeat what you said. I was like, holy shit, I talk fast, but damn!
Yeah.
I didn't believe you until that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. I have never seen it until that. And you had the littlest bit. You didn't feel as bad the next morning because we caught it really quick.
We caught it very quick. It was diluted with the ice cream.
But those few drinks really got you wired. Which is funny because I can have energy drinks and it doesn't do crap.
it started to mess with you when you had 2.5.
It started messing with me a little bit.
And it was more. It wasn't a caffeine thing. It was more that many. It was chemicals, not with food.
Yes,
I think
didn't
that's
have
what it
food,
was.
and so I wasn't feeling good.
Right.
But
And so to finish that up, when I had the mint, my younger brother, he's 3 years younger than I am, he was over at another computer with 7 cans of Code Red and a Monster already pounded, and he looked over at me and in this exact tone of voice said, "Calm down."
Were you there? Were you there?
I don't think you were there.
I don't think I was there.
Okay.
You might have left on your mission already, Glean.
Yeah.
You might have. I can't remember specifically, but that actually happened.
That's funny.
And so the same night that my wife called you after the root beer float, she called my brother and did the exact same thing.
Handed you the phone?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I actually really would like to have him on the show one time.
That's fine.
I think that he would have a lot of fun with it. But it was the same as you. He's just like, "You have got to slow down."
I couldn't understand what you were saying. You were talking 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yes.
Faster than me when I'm excited about something.
Yes. And
Yes.
it was, and even then I don't like that feeling because I didn't sleep for 2 days.
Okay, now, to put in perspective the caffeine, Juhadre is not just allergic to caffeine in a sense of it'll kill him. It's in a sense of it just gets him really wired. But alcohol, when you have not even a third of a dose of NyQuil and you were gone.
Yeah, I will tell that story now too.
Yeah.
I got sick.
It
I
is
had a cold.
hilarious.
And my wife will not take NyQuil. She thinks it's nasty. But
It tastes horrible, but I take 2 doses and I feel like I can sleep. But you?
So I know there's more backstory to it too. I feel so bad just like taking over this. But when I got my wisdom teeth out, they had a needle just poking out of my arm.
Oh. Okay.
And then what they did is they laid me down, they hooked the gas tube on there, the anesthetic.
Yeah.
And they said, "Okay, we're going to turn this on. We're going to put some oxygen on you, and we want you to count down from 10 to 1, to make me focus, and it would knock me out."
Uh-huh.
So I said, "Okay." They put the oxygen on. I said 10. They switch on. I said, "Not." And then I woke up in a chair.
That's better than my experience. Help me.
Stop it. That's for another day.
Bastard.
But that's how that affected me and how strongly and everything. So I knew that I had an oversensitivity to whatever foreign substance.
You just have an oversensitivity to just any kind of drug, really.
Right. So the experience with the caffeine had happened before that because I got my wisdom teeth out before my mission. And that was when I was 19. So 3 years after the whole debacle with the caffeine experiments.
So baffled and surprised that you just, with all this, chemicals really fuck me up, that you just haven't become one of those crazy naturalists.
No.
It's amazing. I can't have that. I gotta try all these other measures.
No. I go case by case. Which is why the NyQuil experiment happened.
Which is hilarious. You had such a minute dose.
Yeah, I will tell you guys right now. The cap on the top of the NyQuil bottle.
It's 30 milliliters is what it is.
It has a line that says, "This is a dose." I am not kidding. I barely made a ring that covered the bottom of the cup.
I was there.
That's all I had. And I was gone for the next 12 hours. I just clomped, just laid out and didn't move for 12 hours.
It's your tolerance is crazy.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and that's only 10% alcohol in that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other people like me I'm like, I gotta take 2 doses to feel anything from that so that I can go to sleep with my cold or flu or whatever.
Yeah, so that's...
And even then, sometimes it doesn't even hit me.
I want to say I am mildly righteously jealous because I don't even like using certain painkillers for the same exact reason. I don't want it to overdo anything.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I get nervous with painkillers just because the side effects, but...
So that's how I found out I'm allergic to caffeine, which sparked the interaction at DreamHack. and what led me to those conclusions. And I hope nobody hates me after that.
Wild Bills. You had their root beer. They said it was caffeine free.
It was delicious, and
I didn't fine.
I didn't
because that
feel
was
any
so good.
aftereffects.
They do not sponsor us. I'm going to stand right there and say we are not sponsored by Wild Bills, but I highly recommend jumping on Amazon. Wild Bills Rocky Mountain Root Beer. It's a stronger root beer, but delicious. I highly recommend it. They are not sponsoring us. I'm saying that one more time. We're not sponsored by them, and I am saying go try that.
I want them to sponsor us. I have their card.
Dude, I would love that. And here comes our surprise guest of the day.
Hello.
Hi, Monkey. I apologize ahead of time. My babysitter canceled on me.
I know.
Yeah, you tell him. So,
but this is actually a great opportunity to pause for a moment and transition into What the F.
What the F? We'll be back. What the F?
I did that on purpose.
Yes, I did.
We just talked about who was going to intro it, and you said you don't care, so I said I was going to go, and you jumped in.
I just wanted to make
man?
you jump, man. I really did. Did you jump? I don't know.
I turned very quickly. I don't think I jumped. But What the F brought to you this week by Juhadre Clothing Company.
Yes, Juhadre Clothing. Go to their website. Use code Juhadre. That's JUPODRE. Once again, JUPODRE. No spaces, no dashes. Receive 15% off your order.
That 15% you save, Juhadre actually puts into an account for us so that we can then use that to develop our podcast and our own personal-ish line of merchandise.
Yes,
precisely.
as well as you can customize your own on there to have your gamer tag. And if I am correct, whatever kind of logos you want, because they've got different ones.
So it's two ways. You can pick a shirt and put your name on it, or you can get into one of their programs that lets you design from the ground up anything you want. So you have to search around a little bit, but before you do that, make sure and use code Juhadre with all your purchases. Juhadreclothing.co.
Yep. Again, that's JUPODRE. And now we have it. Okay, let's go on to last week's poll. Last week we had 4 What the Fs. We had butt stuff.
I think the name alone got more votes than the story.
I totally put the peach because it's a butt.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yes.
So
it's still funny.
Who was it that just listened to that Millions of Peaches songs and found it? It was you.
I found out about it a while back, but I had not listened to the song with the meaning in mind.
How was it?
Recently. It made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Than this is a bunch of random lyrics.
That's funny. Okay, next was Not My Fault.
Yeah, that was your traffic incident.
Yes, so the lady who was looking at me as if it was my fault. You're the one driving, lady.
Right.
Whatever. Anyways, What the F Twitter,
where
Rated R Twitter's got suspended. We have no idea why.
I don't think we've. Even
I don't think they
received an
still
answer.
figured it out
No.
yet. And Winners Don't Quit.
That was 2 members of the team quitting the day of the last game of our season.
Wasn't that also to just go play on like a pro team as well? As
No.
well as...
No.
Okay, so that one's a different... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, so here are the polls for last week. Technically, we still have 24 hours from the moment this is being
Oh,
recorded.
that's right. We are recording early because Alvatross has somewhere to be tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to go see one of my very, very good comedian tomorrow at Wise Guys Comedy Club in downtown SLC. So if you want to hit me up there, because this gets put out before then, I'm not telling you which hour I'm going.
So it'll be released after you're there.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Either way.
Yep. Anyway, so who do you think won? Have you guys looked?
I did vote either today or last night, and so I have an idea.
Okay. Who do you think won?
I think the butt stuff won.
Okay.
Again, because the name is just too good.
Butt stuff.
Yep.
You know what really made me think of butt stuff for that? I mean, it was because I had a coworker when I was working for Vivint Solar, and he got a Venmo payment to him, and it was from this girl, and it was for $10, and just as a funny, she put for butt stuff.
That is so good.
I just laughed. I was looking at it, he goes, hey, check this out. And I was like, butt stuff? What are you into, buddy? He goes, oh, it's just a joke.
That's pretty good.
Oh. Anyway. So, there were 9 votes. Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 50% increase.
It really is, because I don't vote, which makes me happy. Okay, butt stuff came in at 22% of the votes.
Darn, I lose.
Not my fault, 44%. What the F Twitter, 11%. And winners don't quit, 23%.
Well, there it is.
So, what the F lady who's driving? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. You got in line.
Exactly.
Yes.
Congratulations again, Albatross.
Woo!
So then, who shall go first with our stories for this week?
The magic finger points to Juhadre.
Well, that's all of us.
Juhadre. that name confuses me sometimes. Juhadre.
All right. I will... Where did it go? Holy cow, it just slipped my mind.
Moo.
No. Oh my gosh, the story just disappeared.
Okay, well then, Bling, you get to go first.
Okay, this is going to be a part 2 because I've already talked about this person once before.
Woo. Okay.
This is a continuation of the guy who broke into my work.
No way.
Guy or guys?
Guy.
You okay? I'm listening.
So
Details, man, details.
the guy got arrested because he took one of our checks
You idiot!
and tried to use it
Oh no.
at a grocery store.
What? You know, I'm just gonna say it. What the F?
He washed it and changed the numbers so the numbers was an invalid number.
That doesn't work!
So that threw up a flag right there to the cashier. It was like, this is, they run those numbers as they take your check,
Yeah.
people. So as grateful as I am, I'm thinking, what the F, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Did you get your old drills back?
No.
Damn.
That is
We might still, but it's
an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process. So, yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious. What the F? Those are traceable, you idiot. Okay, awesome. Workplace robbery part 2.
I like
Woo!
that. I was going to say we should title it Check Yourself or something silly like that.
I love it. Check yourself.
Is that better or is it...
Like, immediately reminds me of the Croods. Ah! I love them!
Oh, the shoes. Where are my feet?
Okay.
That's right.
Juhadre.
I can't remember. I've been thinking about it all week.
Damn, okay, well, I am next then.
I am so sorry.
Okay, well,
This
then
is
I am
hurting my
next.
brain.
Then I am next. Okay. When we were leaving Anaheim, we boarded our plane. No
Yeah.
big deal. Everything is well there. I got to my seat. Everybody else got to their seats. We're fine. We approach getting in line because the way they do the traffic with the planes, you get in line. So they've got the incoming plane, outgoing plane, incoming. It's kind of a zipper effect. Really nice. Well, we made it to our runway, and then we were sitting there for about 15 minutes. I'm curious, why are we sitting here? Well, no, well, no big deal. Pilot comes on and says, sorry, passengers, or however he said it, we are still not airborne because we were not told that this runway was closed. They forgot to let our flight know that they had closed that runway. So we were sitting there. Then we had to wait another 10 minutes from the time he told us that because we were waiting to get put back in line so we can go to an open runway.
Mm-hmm.
What the F? They totally forgot a plane. Hey, oh yeah, that runway's closed. You'd think they'd have an automated system that says notify all flights
You would
or
think
something
so.
because they are very big on communication when it comes to flights.
Well,
Otherwise,
yeah,
you can have a
because-
giant accident.
And that's what I was about to say. What the F?
What the F? Yeah, so we waited there for probably a good 20, 25 minutes. Just, why are we on this runway and we're not moving?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get back in line just to go to the one over just so we can get airborne again.
There you go.
Yeah, what the F?
What the F? I am furious with myself. I cannot remember my story.
Do you remember any details?
No.
Anaheim?
Probably.
DreamHack.
I was considering using the Monster Energy guy, but I had a second one so that I could tell the story like we did. And I cannot remember it.
Do you know if was I there? Do you know anything?
It's gone.
Damn. Okay.
So I am my own submission again.
Yeah. What the F? You forgot.
I have no idea. Like, I have literally no remembrance of what I was going to share as my story.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I'm pretty sure I thought about it on my way up here to your apartment, too.
I always think, like, Friday or record day, because today's Thursday, a day early. I'm always thinking, okay, what is my story? Okay, I remember it. I even put it down.
Yeah, I normally don't forget because it's something so memorable. I was considering, I know we don't do traffic as much anymore because we're trying to broaden everything.
Which is funny, I didn't hear traffic.
It's different. But, like, I had one of those, and I was like, we're trying to avoid traffic. But then something beat it outright, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. And I think it was, like, when I went shopping or something. I'm so embarrassed.
Was it the cable from the airport?
It was not, though. That was pretty funny.
$30.
$30 for an iPhone.
Lightning cable.
Okay, lightning cable. I am so sad. I think we need to just give it up.
The third one is What the F Juhadre. That is going to be in there.
Am I the only one who submitted himself as a What the F candidate?
Noble did one time, I think.
Damn it, dude!
You used the real name.
Oh!
No! Oh, it's been so good.
Damn!
Anyway.
Alvatross submitted himself one time.
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, that's going to do it for What the F. Don't forget to vote at Juhadre on Twitter. That will come out as the episode posts.
Yes. And then feel free to comment. We love comments. Alvatross17,
Juhadre,
and Juhadre, and Bleen with 3 N's.
It's still so funny. All right, we'll be right back with the show.
Welcome back. That was just our segment of What the F. And just for shits and giggles, Juhadre remembered right after we closed off.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't actually
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it doesn't follow the rules.
It doesn't follow the rules.
It didn't fall within a certain time period, but it is a really funny story.
Yeah, so let's state the rules for our listeners. The rules are it has to come for this week's. It has to be happened after last time's recording.
Exactly. So from the time we finished recording in Anaheim to right now, it had to have occurred in that time window. And so anything that happens after we close up this recording is game until we record again.
Yes, but now everybody's curious what that story is, so we're going to tell it.
It's a good one.
Okay, so one night we decided to take 2 of our friends out because they were having a rough time, and you always be there for your friends. Homie for homie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And we decided that we were going to get a burger because apparently there's a place in Utah that's got the greatest garlic burger. It's called Cotton Bottom Inn. It's a bar over in
Holiday.
I was going to say Cottonwood Heights, but no, it isn't Holiday. Anyway, we all piled in the car. I even had some duct tape, acting like I was going to duct tape my buddy into the car because
we were going to kidnap him.
Well, he's been saying no the past few times. Right. Even though we were like, hey, we're buying for you. No, get in the damn car.
Right.
Anyways, we went over there, but we got his wife in on it, so she made Admin Anonymous get in the damn car.
Right.
He was ready to go by like 3 o'clock. We were there to like 6:15.
It was 6:15.
So it was me, Bleen, Juhadre, Admin Anonymous, and Cobalt. We all piled in Juhadre's truck because he's got the most seating, and we went to Holiday to get there. When we got there, we
weren't positive where it was.
We knew the vicinity,
right?
And then we pulled into this fancy restaurant because we're like, oh, you know what? It's like right here. It's got to be in, like, they probably share a parking lot.
The Tuscany is what it's called.
Really fancy restaurant. Hold your pinkies out, bitches. Because we pull up to the valet, and he goes, how can I help you? And we asked him, hey, we're looking for the Cotton Bottom Inn. It's a bar that gets really good burger. And he goes, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the next building over. So if you just want to drive right through our parking lot, go out the back, and it's right across the street. You can't miss it. It's right there. So we even tipped him. We were going to drive away, but we're like, hey, nobody's got cash. And he's like, well, I got cash. So we gave him $1 tip because that's all we had.
It was a $2 tip.
Oh, okay. We gave him a $2 tip.
just for telling us where the other restaurant is.
Yeah, well,
you know, because what a good guy. You know, he didn't say, you shouldn't go there, you should eat here. He didn't try and persuade us anyway. That deserved a tip. He was a very nice guy.
And then what happened, Juhadre?
The stupid place was closed.
It was fenced off. There were no lights on, and there's a giant sign right as you pull out of the driveway from the Tuscany that says closed until fall of 2020. We really should have gone back and said, "Hey, listen, man, you lied to us. It's not even." Oh no, well, he didn't lie. It was there.
It was there.
We should have demanded our tip back.
So I speculated a little bit with Cobalt after that. You guys might have been there too, but we thought, maybe he doesn't know because
bullshit. Bullshit.
Maybe. So the way it works, when you get off that freeway exit, there's an immediate turn left only lane or a go straight. And that turn left only takes you directly into the parking lot of the Tuscany. So there is I want to say 40+% chance that he never goes past that restaurant. And so he wouldn't have known. Now, benefit of the doubt because I'm, what's the word?
Uncomfortably optimistic.
That's the one. I remember the optimistic. I never remember uncomfortably.
Well, I am a very realistic pessimist. And fuck it, man. There's no way. There's no way.
He is the valet, and you can see that sign
from the parking
lot.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Because it was closed. It had chain link construction fence all around.
Yeah, it was under construction.
It was really
now
funny.
We got to go there after. So
right.
Maybe one day we will make it there. Fall of 2020. Garlic burgers in Utah. I don't know why I'm doing these hand gestures.
That's exactly why we got video now.
I never do hand gestures. I'm like Will Ferrell. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Does he say that?
I think it's in Talladega Nights.
I can't remember.
I don't know what I'm
even
supposed to
actually.
do with my hands.
I never saw that one all the way.
I didn't pay attention enough.
Yeah. There you go.
And
that was going to be one of my stories.
Yes.
But
you couldn't use that one. But I do have another funny for you. It was really funny. So we went to a really good sushi place in Roland Heights, California. We walked 1.2 miles over there. It was really good. And on the way back, I was yelling to one of our guys that was out with us. He plays Fortnite, and he was actually really good. Watching him play, he was pretty good. But it sucks that he didn't get any warm-up time. But I was yelling at him because he was skateboarding ahead of us, and we had turned right so we can go to the grocery store because we weren't going straight back to the Airbnb. And I was like, Marco, hey, Marco, I finally got his attention, and I love how when he turned around, his shirt said Polo.
It said Polo.
Marco.
It was
Polo.
so funny. And
Marco.
If I remember right, Marco is his tag as well.
It is his tag.
Okay.
His first name is not Marco.
Oh, thank goodness.
I do know what his first name is. It was not Marco.
Okay. But yeah, calling Marco, calling, and he finally turned over, and he's wearing Polo right on the front of his sweatshirt.
I ignored it at first until Juhadre, you said something, and
yes,
then I was
did.
like, fuck. Would you...
I thought it was hilarious.
It's so funny how much crap I give you for your puns. Did you just remember something else?
I did.
What?
It was the grocery store.
Oh,
the Asian market.
What about it?
Well, their internet went out, so you had to pay cash only for everything.
That doesn't really bother me so much because a lot of places still do that.
It bothered me.
No, it still wouldn't bother me. I think they should hang up a sign saying cash only at the moment. You should hang up a sign outside.
Yeah.
Before you go around, fill your cart up with groceries and items and get up there, you put them all up and you're ready to go. And they go, oh, we don't accept card right now.
Well, so now that then begs the question, was it a recent thing or was it since the morning? Did you happen to figure that out?
I actually did not. I went back out and sat out with Marco because I just sat out there. I was like, I'm not going to get anything. I'll come back. I was so stuffed from that sushi.
It was a lot of food.
Yeah, I had a sushi salad out there. It was... As one of my clients from in place of employment would say, it was on fleek.
I never understood that.
I don't understand it, but that she used that word for everything, and I'm trying to get her to listen, so I'm like saying words. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
I know precisely what you're talking about.
Yeah, Miss Fancy Pants.
I don't think I've ever heard you call her that.
Oh, I always called her Girly to her face. Hey, Girly.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, she was one of my. I had a handful of clients I really enjoyed because they were just nice. So, but moving on from that, I really enjoyed my time out at DreamHack. I've got to say, so if you go to Rated R's YouTube page, there should be a lot of interviews for everybody that played out there, as well as the Juhadre team. We did a threesome interview. I'm so glad you
phrased that so perfectly.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Anyways, our threesome interview went very well.
Yes.
And I'm going to repeat a little bit of it, if I may.
Of course. Because that probably hasn't posted yet, so this is actually a really good opportunity.
I didn't know what to expect when I went out there. And I haven't been too big into games because I let a lot of speculation and media coverage really ruin some games for me, like Fortnite. You see how some games ruin some people's lives because they get too involved in it. But seeing how Marco was into it, and he was just like, oh, I still do all my stuff. That kind of makes me want to try Fortnite myself. Because I'm like, oh, you know what? It's not just this ruining game. I had a bad taste. He kind of gave it a good taste.
Okay.
But going to DreamHack and just seeing how everybody just supported each other. I didn't see a single fight. I didn't see a single argument or confrontation or just something that you would normally, like, stereotypical incidences out there. And everybody was fine. Everybody was happy. Everybody was getting along. Just their atmosphere and the perspective it gave me. Gaming really is an entire world itself.
Yes, it is.
How everybody was out there supporting. I saw parents bringing their kids and supporting them. There are so many of the past generations, whether you want to call it a boomer, Gen X, millennial, I don't care. But parents helping their child go by supporting them in something, bringing their PCs to the BYOC, bring your own computer. It was so enlightening and just, I enjoyed it. It was so, it really solidified that I'm building my new PC. I bought 3 parts already. Yes. But it was unique. And I recommend people going out there. I will be going to, if I can make it happen, depending on how the coronavirus goes out and finances, I'm going to try and make it to the Atlanta DreamHack.
I think that would be a really good thing.
I would love to go out there. Next time I'm renting a car.
Yes.
And I'm getting a hotel.
Okay.
Yes. I want a hot tub this time.
The hot tub was definitely sorely missed.
Yeah. I mean, come on. In the backyard, it totally looked like there was going to be a fire pit right there. There wasn't. That would have totally made up for it.
Well, of course it would have.
I like fire pits, but it was such a good experience, and I'm all about experiences. I've done so much so far this year, and it's only the end of February. So much, and there's so much more to come. So I recommend getting out of your comfort zone. Go play. Go hang out. They had games that you could just rent by giving them your ID. You could go play new games that people had out. They're saying, hey, come try this new mini game that they had out. Some of them were really fun. Others I wasn't too into. But somebody was. The game that Western Digital Black had out.
Oh, yeah.
That I was dominating in that game until I got to the level where they follow you and blow up on you because I was running backwards shooting things.
We're back.
We apologize. Technical difficulties.
That was kind of awesome, though.
Yes.
I'm really excited for how that's gonna look on the video.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna build a graphic and put it up as saying technical difficulties. I don't have any music for it, like one of those dee 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 dee, like an elevator music or something.
We can find something.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
I can find something easy.
Probably not that fast.
Maybe not. Anyway, the problem is we were just about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah.
So
let me finish what I was saying.
Yes, please.
So DreamHack, it was such a good experience and gave me a new perspective on gaming. And I'm building my new PC. I want to get back into gaming. I really like it, and it just showed me that I really shouldn't let other people ruin games for me because it's my opinion that matters, not somebody else's. And that's something that I've been really getting into with my life since high school is I don't care what other people think because it's my opinion that matters in a sense of, in this case. Obviously, other people's opinions do matter, but not in the sense of, well, I can't play that game because that ruins lives. It doesn't. But go to DreamHack if you like games. I recommend it. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, then I think it's time to close this out. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to this, the 9th episode of Season 2. We are actually very grateful for everybody. We have recognized and noticed a jump in viewership.
Yeah, we went from 4 to 9.
And that's what I'm saying, man. That's really big.
Well, we did go out there and get some publicity. But yes, we do appreciate those who do listen. And we ask, please spread the word. The more viewers we get, listeners we get, the more reviews we can get or comments we can get, and we can grow this. We would love to make this more popular. So hit us up on Twitter. I'm actually getting ready to build an Instagram, but Twitter at Alvatross17, Juhadre, Juhardre, ADRE. Hit us up at Juhadre, Jupodre at Twitter. We've got rated_R_Esports. That's on Twitter as well. Bleen, BLING, in 3 N's. We got our Juhadre _pod, or is it just Juhadre pod?
Juhadre pod.
Juhadre pod at outlook.com. I have yet to check that. We need to check that.
I have that.
And one last thing. Monkey wanted to say goodbye.
Get on up here, Monkey.
Come say goodbye. Ready? Okay. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
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 No, over here at the camera. Bye.
See you next time.